Hi, Cat. What is your general thing that you're doing over there? You know, this cat, she's got like some black dust that I understand is from exhaust fumes. I was gonna make her an indoor cat, but then I don't have a home. Anyway, whatever. So I don't have to deal with any such issues. Like when I let dusty, must I think more? It's on come as I go away. Why born or exhaust fumes? The soot of a car is on my cat's fur. Anyway, whatever. Right. So in that dream, please go gauge your bearings, guys, to figure out what in the world we're saying from this point forward, what we're doing. Okay. I spoke about how it is that so with Bara, this taxi rank was in a neighborhood that is very familiar to me, but it's still not home because we moved. Do you understand? To Vulgejevel type thing, but I was in a much safer place. People are feeling safe in this world, a false sense of security. They are always learning, never coming to a knowledge of truth. They literally have got a religion that does not save. There is a way that seems right to a man, but in the end it leads to destruction. Bara was this place where essentially it had many ways to get to many destinations, but in the end they all led to death. I did not have any comprehension at all by Bingo Bara that there was any no. Remember, I had connecting route. In my dream, like in waking space, I know that I have to go to Brie, and then from Brie I can get on a taxi report. Mara, in this dream I had forgotten the bridging, the connecting route that would send me to Brie. Who is the way, guys? Who is the connector that sends us to heaven? That was the one piece of information that was missing in my dream. I literally, for the life of me, could not find it. He is the way, Jesus. He is the truth and he's the life. No one comes to the Father but by him. And in this dream, I had no knowledge of how to get to Brie. I had no knowledge even of Brie. I just knew where home was, heaven, or Rodipot. I knew where home was, here, Vulgejevel, right? But I did not know how to get there. The connecting route, I didn't know it. I had literally forgotten that piece of information. Essentially, the person, whoever I was in my dream, was an individual that wanted to go to heaven. We are born with the law of God written on our hearts, sort of kind of desirous of heaven. And I was hungry, remember, but I wasn't fed earlier because the disciple that was preaching was thwarted. And the knowledge, therefore, of how to get home was not given me. And so I did not know that Jesus was the way, the truth, and the life. I did not know to get to Brie. Di taxi tsa go Brie, di te go bar. Or at least downtown Joburg, and then we'll connect to North. Ditenge go bar. Taxis that go to North are there at Bara, or at least the connecting route from North to Brie, they exist. But I did not know that I had to go there. I had no idea that I had to basically walk around the taxi rank and ask, so where are the taxis that go to downtown Joburg? Where are the taxis that go to Brie? So that I can connect my route then from there to go to Reprobate home where I can relax. I've had so many dreams speaking about me wanting to get home and struggling to. So many. And I haven't been sharing them. So now finally I'm sharing this one because God showed me being a fat mama. Okay, very well then, you guys. Here it is that I am now going to the taxi rank, and it's like teeming at the fold with a whole bunch of people that have got a false sense of security. They're in the world and they've all got an idea as to how they're going to get home. Some of them maybe know that they have to connect this way and go, but a lot of them are just kind of confused in the many religions. All right. I then felt drawn. Thank you. That's the thing. That was very pregnant, opulent in my dream. I felt drawn. There was just this drawing to go to this man, this one taxi boss. You remember the taxi boss that I was telling you guys about. I could have gone to any other taxi marshal, any other taxi driver that was there and been like, I could have just gone to any taxi and be like, I want taxis to Reprobate or Brie. But instead, I was drawn almost magnetically to this taxi boss. Only famous, on a very top hat. He was very famous and he was wearing a magician's top hat. Now, top hats in my dream, if people are wearing them, the Lord is always telling me they're involved in dark arts, they're the devil, they're satanic, something ominous, not good. It's just occultic in its nature. But the fact that he was a boss made me conclude that that must be the devil. He was a boss of this entire taxi rank. It made me conclude that he was a devil. I was supernaturally drawn to him, right? And he was holding a deck of cards in his hands. Basically, the dude is always playing a game. He's always playing some kind of game. Betting, with the whole human race. He's always playing some kind of game with them. That's what I believe the deck of cards represented. He keeps on playing mind games on people to send them to one place and one place only. And this guy was almost like a celebrity. He had a whole bunch of people encircling him, and they literally could not get enough of this one taxi marshal boss Oki. and he was signing autographs. You know what an autograph is? It is a seal of the devil. The crowd that was getting autographs from him, every last person was basically getting, I wouldn't really say the mark of the beast, because this did not speak of a tribulation type time, but it is individuals, I believe, that literally allege themselves to Satan. They don't care. For them, it's like whatever it takes. I just want wealth. I just want power. I just want to get ahead. Angnandaba, whether God exists right now. Mfuna this. Right now, I want that. Right now, I want this. So I believe that what God was showing me, this crowd of people that were around the devil getting a signature, are those that he has handed over to a reprobate mind that are essentially unredeemable now. He was busy signing autographs and are damned already, much like the mark of the beast. There are people that are walking around the earth today that can never and will never enter heaven because there is some kind of reprobate state that God has put them in because of their rebellion. Whether or not they've taken the mark of the beast, I believe those are those guys. And yeah, anyway, whatever. They kept on asking this dude. They were a whole bunch of, like, they just had a fanfare craze. They were starstruck at Satan, who I call Satan. This dude was holding a deck of cards. I did not care to get his autograph. I didn't know who he was. All I was like, but who's guy Liberty? I just wanted directions to go home. And this guy did not say anything but gesture with his finger, sending me to the back of the queue, and said, this is the only place that you must go to. This is the queue that you must go to. He did not confirm if it was home or not. This is the only place you must go to. I was drawn to this guy. He gave me an answer, but guess what? I was apprehending. So remember, I had conviction in the earlier part. I'm like a Christian who had conviction. I got hungry the moment I saw gospel food. I was not able to be properly fed because of how this nation scatters the sheep of Jesus Christ and how shepherds can't get to every last one fast enough. So I'm still there, meaning God has grace on me because of my country's indiscretion. So when then I get pulled all of a sudden to the devil, because the devil is a tempter. He tempts you to go to hell. He tempts you into his kingdom. So I felt a pull to go and ask this taxi boss. And the game that he was playing and all the people signing an autograph, I did not feel fanatic and crazed like a fan the way that they were. But I nonetheless went to him in particular, as opposed to every other taxi driver, to ask him, where shall I go to go home? And this guy merely gestured with his finger and said, go to the back of the queue. This is where you're going. Okay. And his answer in telling me that this is the queue that I'm in and it's the right queue that I should be in, I immediately comprehended it in my dream as he just lied to me. He lied. I knew that it was a lie. That's called conviction by the Holy Spirit. It's that gut feel that you have when you get given false advice. So essentially, maybe me being drawn to this devilish creature in my dream might be the tantamount of consulting a medium. Like, you know, when a person is seeking for God, they are longing for God and they don't know where to find him. They have unanswered questions. Sometimes they consult mediums, clairvoyants, the psychic, the astrologer. They read their horoscope and all that stuff just to find the truth. But something inside you tells you there's more to this than meets the eye. This can't be it. I'm not really sure if what that psychic said really truly is mine. Essentially, whatever it is that psychic is saying that many other people are buying to a point of getting the autograph of the psychic. There are people that even after consulting mediums, consulting the sangoma, dabbling into dark arts, dabbling tarot cards, like holding a bunch of cards in his hands. They were not tarot cards, they were playing cards, but that could be perhaps the kinds of activity that you find in occult practitioners. They tend to have the cards, the tarot cards, or whatever other kinds of cards that they use in order to predict the future, Zabatu, and whatnot. Whatever it is that he was doing, whatever he was selling, I wasn't buying it, even though I was drawn to him. Why was I drawn to him? Yes, the devil is a tempter, but also we are born with the law of God in our hearts and with a disquiet inherently that something is wrong and it needs to be fixed. And in order to find our way outside of the situation, we sometimes dabble in things that we ought not. That's what happens in a country that does not want to preach the gospel to people who are thirsty and longing and seeking. The Bible, however, says seek and you will find, knock and the door will be open. But sometimes the devil deliberately leads people to seek and to knock in the wrong places. So I got drawn because of my already existing yearning for the supernatural to Satan. But as Anka Bais Gelem, evidencing that in Christ, indeed, he says, my sheep hear my voice and I lead them out. That if you are called to be God's, no matter how much the devil might try to lure you into his kingdom, you are very simply going to resist until you finally hear it. So that's what this was. He led me to the back of the queue, and indeed I went there, but I did not buy whatever he was selling. I knew that he was lying. Alright, let's move to the next part.